Welcome to my complete Hostinger tutorial, where we're going to learn website design and web hosting from scratch. If you've never built or managed a website before, don't worry, you're in the right place. In this tutorial, we'll cover everything from creating an account to using Hostinger's AI website builder, as well as editing, creating, and managing pages, sections, and elements. We will also explore how to write content with Hostinger's AI writer, set up a shop, and sell products, optimize for SEO, create a blog, purchase a domain, and more. Each chapter is packed with examples, on-screen demos, tips, and best practices. Here's our plan for the video. You'll find the timestamps right here so you can jump to any section you need. Oh, and a quick heads up, if you want to try Hostinger, use my link in the description. It takes you straight to the best deal Hostinger has right now, where you can sign up for a free account. No credit card needed. You'll not only get access to a 7-day free trial, but you'll help support the channel and get to play around with many of the tools I'll walk you through in this video. One last thing before we begin. Throughout this video, I'll be using the fictional example of Green Earth Aromas, a small business that specializes in essential oils. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Chapter number 1, signing up and creating a website with AI. Signing up. After clicking the link in the video description, you will click Start Free Trial, where you'll be asked to create an account. You can sign up using an email address and password or use your Google account. If using email, make sure to use the one that you have access to. Once you click Start Free Trial for the second time, that will automatically bring up Hostinger's AI website generator, where all you need to do is type a prompt or get a fully customized, functional website in just minutes. If you want, you can click or use a pre-made templates at the bottom to choose from over 150 templates. Since I'll be using the AI builder, the first step is to enter a brand name. Type the name of your business. I'll enter Green Earth Aromas. Pro tip, keep it under 20 characters, if possible, because if you do, the AI will even generate a simple logo for your website. Describe your website. Now, you will have to describe your brand in 2 to 3 sentences. This is super important. The AI will use this text to create your website content, headlines, about text, etc. Don't worry, you can edit everything later, but the better your description, the better your starting content will be, and the more time you'll save later on. I'll use the following prompt for my business. Founded in 2010, Green Earth Aromas is an online store offering 100% organic essential oils, diffusers, and aromatherapy accessories. Our mission is to help people experience natural wellness through high-quality, sustainably sourced oils. Based on your description, Hostinger's AI will suggest additional pages to include on your website. For my example, it suggested adding an online e-commerce shop. I recommend allowing the AI to generate whatever additional pages it recommends. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it can only save you time. Once you're happy with your description, click Create a Website. And in a couple of seconds to a few minutes, you will have an AI-generated website to use as a starting point. There we go. Take a few minutes to scroll through your new site in the editor preview. Check both desktop and mobile previews by clicking on the laptop and phone icons in the upper right corner. If you're not satisfied, you can have the AI recreate your website by clicking Create Again in the upper left corner. Hostinger allows you to generate up to 5 different variants of your site and pick the one you like best. Click Version History to view the different versions. I like my website, so I'll stick with it. Picking a color palette. The AI will prompt you to a color palette for your site. While it's possible to add custom colors later on, you'll start by picking from 12 pre-selected combinations. Choose one that's the best fit for your website. For example, I'll keep the default selected since it fits my aesthetic. Click Continue when you're done. You now have an actual website created. The AI has given us a head start with text and images, but of course it's not perfect. We will now customize everything to truly make it our own. In the following chapters, we'll take a tour of the editor and then dive into editing text, images, sections, and all those details. Don't worry, I'll explain each part clearly. Ready? Let's explore the Hostinger website builder interface. Chapter number 2, Editing interface. Overview. The website preview will occupy most of your screen, with a sidebar on the left and a toolbar at the top. Let's look through these. Left sidebar. This is the main menu for building and editing. From top to bottom, you have Add Elements, where you can drag and drop new elements like text boxes, images, buttons, etc. onto your pages. Pages and Navigation, where you manage your pages, add, remove, rename pages, and adjust your navigation. More on this later. Website styles. Global design settings including colors, fonts, buttons, and animations. AI tools. Quick access to AI features like the image generator, writer, page generator, SEO assistant, etc. Manage store, where you can add products, manage inventory, set up shipping and handling, etc. Clicking on the three dots will display an expanded menu, allowing you to manage additional features. If you add the features found in the expanded menu to your website, their shortcuts will appear on the main sidebar. Allow me to demonstrate. Blog. The blog manager, where you'll be able to add and edit posts. Since I didn't create a blog when generating my website, I'll click Start Blog. That will take me to this page, and more importantly, you'll see that the blog icon is now directly on the sidebar itself, rather than only being in the expanded menu. Appointments enables your customers to schedule online appointments with you and your team. General settings, where you can manage 4 basic functions. The favicon, the image or logo representing your business, which will appear in the search bar and bookmarks. Link preview images, what pops up when someone hovers over a link to your website. Cookie banner, boilerplate disclaimer regarding the installation of cookies. And use www prefix, self-explanatory, adds www to the beginning of your URL. Integrations, where you can add or manage third-party tools, e.g. WhatsApp, Google Analytics, etc., to your website to increase functionality. Form submissions, where you can track the success of forms on your website. Analytics, a section to see traffic stats once your site is live. SEO settings, where you can improve your website's search engine optimization. This is something we'll cover more towards the end of the video. Media library, where you can manage all the images and videos used on your website, including ones uploaded by you and those generated by Hostinger's AI. Multi-language, where you can set up multiple languages for your site if needed, depending on your target demographic and region of business. The last two aren't something we'll be covering today, so I'll skip over them for now. Now let's take a look at the toolbar up top. In the left corner, it'll say Website Builder. Clicking on that will bring up a menu where you can manage your website store, change the design of your website, or visit the Hostinger dashboard. Most of the toolbar's buttons are in the upper right corner. Device toggle, an icon for desktop and one for mobile. Clicking on the phone icon switches the editor to mobile view, allowing you to tweak the mobile layout separately. Pro tip, always check both views before publishing changes. While Hostinger does a pretty good job of converting changes between the formats, mistakes can happen, and you don't want to accidentally break your website for half or more of your visitors. Undo, redo. If you make a mistake, hit the undo arrow or press Ctrl+Z to revert. The redo arrow reapplies a deleted change. Save. Hostinger actually auto-saves changes as you edit. Auto-saving is infrequent and primarily designed to save your edits if your browser or PC crashes. With that in mind, always click this button after you've made a change you like. Preview. Let's say you see the site as a visitor would see it. You can preview in desktop and mobile modes. Coming soon mode. If you already have a domain but are rebuilding your website, then flipping the setting on while your site is under construction will let your customers know that you'll be back soon. If you're building a new website or if your other website is still online, then don't worry about this setting. Go live. Clicking this button will make your site public, making it searchable and accessible. After you publish, it will change to update website for future changes. All right, I know that was a lot, but now you know where to find whatever you need. Before we can start editing, however, there's one last thing you need to know: how Hostinger's Builder actually works. Your website revolves around two structures: sections and elements. Sections are blocks that stack vertically on a page, e.g. the header, banner, gallery, etc. Inside sections, you place elements, text boxes, images, buttons, etc. Think of sections as big containers and elements as the items you arrange within them. And now that you know where things are, we can start customizing. In the coming chapters, we'll cover editing text, replacing images, adding buttons, creating new sections, customizing the style, adjusting the header and footer, and more. Let's start with the basics. Chapter number 3, editing text, buttons, and images. In this chapter, we'll learn how to change the content on your site. That means editing the text, swapping images, and adjusting buttons. This is where you make the site truly yours, replacing the AI's placeholder content with your real information and visuals. Editing text content. To edit any text, click directly on the text you want to change. When you click a text element, a small toolbar will pop up. Click Edit Text. Now you can type directly to change the words. You can also change the style, font, size, alignments, etc. For example, I'll change the subheading to a natural boost to mind and body. Moving elements. To reposition an element, simply drag it. Click on the text box, not in typing mode, but select the elements. Then drag it to a new spot within the section. This will apply to all types of elements. Buttons. To edit a button, double-click it. Under General Settings, you'll be able to change the text and the link address. For example, to have this button linked to my shop, I'll hover my cursor over the Shop button, double-click, and select Website Address. I'll paste that in the URL section. Also, in button settings, you can adjust style, color, shape, font, etc., and animations. Replacing images. Click on an image you want to change. Click Edit Image. There are 3 ways to change an image. Use AI Image Generator. Click Use AI to create a unique image to have the image generator create a product photo. Honestly, I don't recommend using an AI image generator for something this important. AI images are often funky, e.g. people with 6 fingers, and not professional enough just yet. Instead, use one of the other 2 options. Upload your own image. If you have a product photo or logo, click Replace Image, select Upload Files, and then browse your computer for the file. Add it to your library, and you can use it. Browse free images. Hostinger provides free stock images. For example, I'll search for essential oils and pick this one. After finding or uploading a photo you like, click Add to Page. The photo will automatically update and resize itself. To make further adjustments, you'll want to use dedicated apps like Photoshop. Pro tip, add alt text. Alt text is a short description of the image, e.g. bottles of essential oils with lavender flowers. This helps search engines understand the image contents. This will be under Image Settings. All right, now that you've got a handle on how to manage and edit text boxes, buttons, and images, let's see how to add new sections and elements from scratch. Chapter number 4, adding new sections and elements. Hostinger's Builder comes with a library of pre-designed sections that you can add with a single click. To insert a new section, hover between 2 existing sections. Click plus Add Section, and a panel will pop up showing the types of sections you can add. On the left side of this panel, you will have categories, e.g. gallery, contact, testimonials, frequently asked questions, footer, etc. And also blank if you want an empty section to build from scratch. You can also generate a section with AI. I'll click Contact Form and use the first template to keep it nice and simple. Now you can edit the content in it just like we did in the last chapter. If you decide you don't want to keep the new section, simply click the trash can icon. You can add any sections you find helpful, such as an FAQ section to answer common questions or an image gallery to showcase product photos. It's a fast way to get structured content without manually designing from scratch. Customizing section layout and settings. When you hover over a section, you'll notice a small toolbar on the top right of the section. Click Edit Section to open section settings. Here, you can change the background color of the section or add an image or video. Layout. Options for spacing. Snap to guides and snap to elements are alignment helpers that are enabled by default. Keep them on. If you have a wall of text, e.g. a blog post, then you'll want to adjust the row height and row gap. Anchor, something outside the scope of this tutorial. Don't worry about it for now. Adding elements to sections. Beyond full sections, you can add individual elements to an existing section. This is done via the Add Elements menu, located at the top of the left sidebar. Make sure you have pre-selected the section you want to add an element to, and after opening the Add Elements menu, simply click on an element to add it. Drag it to the right spot, and you're all set. By this point, your site should have all the main sections you want, filled with your text and images. Next, it's time to ensure the site's design, colors, fonts, styles, match your brand. We'll tackle that in the next chapter. Chapter number 5, customizing colors, fonts, and styles. In Hostinger's Builder, global styles, colors, fonts, buttons, etc. are controlled through the Website Styles panel. Changing these will update the design across the whole site. Open the Website Styles panel. In the left sidebar, click Website Styles. As we discussed in Chapter 2, this is where we can adjust the colors, fonts, buttons, and animations used across our website. This menu is really quite intuitive, so I'm only going to offer a quick overview. We've still got a lot of ground to cover. Colors lets you view every color that appears on your site, either as text or as a background. While you can change an entire group at once by hovering over a particular color, clicking Change, and using the slider to pick out a new color. You should go through your website page by page, section by section, and element by element. Pro tip, keep it consistent. Each page should adhere to the same basic color scheme. Variety is nice, of course, but too much will make your site look sloppy and unprofessional. The same applies to fonts. Don't go overboard using a dozen different fonts. Pick one or two and stick with them. You can adjust the fonts used for headings and paragraphs separately by clicking Edit Text Styles and setting them accordingly. As for buttons, you can choose between circular, rounded, or square buttons here. Remember, each button is a separate element and can be customized individually. Unless you want your website to look like a high school student's PowerPoint presentation, you don't want to mess around with animations. We've done a lot, and at this stage, it's a good idea to preview your site again. Use the preview button to view it without the editor's outlines and click through the pages. Does the style feel right? Are headings consistent? Is there an image that needs to be replaced? If something seems off, adjust in styles or in the specific sections or element settings. There's no rush, so take the time to get everything just right. Make sure to click back to editor if you're following along with this tutorial. Next, we'll focus on two areas of the site that are on every page, the header and footer. We want to ensure that the top menu and bottom sections are properly customized, as both are important for user navigation and site identity. Chapter number 6, editing the header and footer. The header and footer are like your site's frame. They appear on every page and contain crucial info like your logo, navigation menu, and contact details. Hostinger's Builder treats the header and footer as special sections, and the changes you make will apply site-wide. Editing the header. Scroll to the top of your page. This is the header section. It contains your site name on the left and a menu towards the right. Click on the section and click Edit Header. There are a lot of options. Layout. The first option is Sticky Header, which keeps the header fixed at the top as you scroll. By default, you'll want to keep it enabled, especially if you have an online store. Element, link, and top and bottom spacing. If your menu items are too close together or too far apart, adjust these sliders. Menu layout. Various ways to configure the header. Choose what you prefer, but don't let everything get too cluttered. I will keep it as it is. Elements. The header does not let you add elements by using the Add Element button on the sidebar. Instead, you're forced to choose between 4 pre-selected elements: logo, socials, button, and shopping carts. Logo. Keep this enabled and click Edit Logo. You'll be able to add your logo by clicking Replace Image and uploading one from your computer. If you don't actually have a logo, then you can use generative AI to build one. Keep Show Social Icons and Show Button disabled. The header is already fairly cluttered, and you'll want to make navigation as easy as possible. It is also standard practice to place your social media links in the footer, not the header. Shopping bag. Since I have an online store, a shopping bag icon is displayed in the header. I'll go ahead and add the icon text, your cart, next to the bag, but keep the icon size the same. Style. This is where you can customize the font, colors, background, and other elements of your header. Don't go crazy here, keep it as is. We're still not done with the header. Click the X and instead of Edit Header, click Edit Navigation. There will be a downward facing arrow underneath a diamond. This will open the Pages and Navigation panel on the left. It's important to know the differences between main navigation and other pages. In short, pages in main navigation will appear in your header and other pages will not, even though they still have their URL and can be found on your website. In this menu, you can reorder menu items by dragging them up or down in the lists, which changes their order in the navigation menu. Rename pages by clicking the three dots next to a page name and choosing Rename. Add or remove menu items. This is something we will address in greater detail, but this is where you can add or delete pages to your website. There are more advanced settings here, but that's all we're going to cover right now. Pro tip, try to keep the menu to 4 to 6 items. Anything more will become very cluttered, which will turn off potential customers. If you absolutely have to add more menus here, then I recommend using the drop-down feature. For example, I'll click on the three dots next to blog and select Move to Dropdown. As you can see, that created a little drop-down menu where the blog is hidden. Since I don't want to hide my blog, I'll go back to the menu and ultimately select Move Out of Dropdown. That covers the header. Now, let's take a look at the footer. Editing the footer. Scroll to the bottom of the page. The footer section is where you can include items such as copyright text, social media links, contact information, or additional menu items, e.g. privacy policy. Click on the footer. There isn't a special footer settings panel like the header. You can edit it just like any other section. Editing footer elements. If the footer has your site name or logo, you can replace or edit it similarly to the header. If not, you can always add one by clicking Add Elements, selecting Image, and uploading your logo. Update the copyright text. At the very bottom of the footer is a line of text that reads 2025 all rights reserved. Update that to include the name of your business. For example, I'll click that text and change it to 2025 Green Earth Aromas, all rights reserved. Social media icons will be included by default. You'll want to link those to your accounts. Click on the elements and select Edit Social Icons. Change the default links to your URL. You can also add new socials, e.g. Pinterest, by clicking Add New Link. Contact info. Your footer will include an element containing a phone number and email address. Update those so they are correct. Links to policies. Footers need to contain links to the privacy policy, terms of service, and other relevant policies. If your business is required to comply with these regulations, such as the GDPR for the EU, include them. We haven't created those pages yet. I will show you how to create new pages in Chapter 8. Interactive map. Many businesses are now including a Google map in their footer, so I'll show you how to add one. Click Add Elements and select Map. Double-click on your new map and under General, type in your address and hit Enter on your keyboard. That's it. It's that easy. You'll have to rearrange your footer so everything looks nice and tidy, but that's child's play compared to all you've already accomplished. Now, give yourself a pat on the back. Your site's header and footer are branded and functional. Visitors will see your logo, effortlessly find key pages, and access contact information with ease. Up next, we will ensure the site is mobile optimized. Chapter number 7, Mobile Optimization. In today's world, a huge portion of your visitors will view your site on their phones. Hostinger automatically creates a mobile version of your site that's pretty good, but we need to optimize and fine-tune it. This chapter focuses on ensuring the site is user-friendly on small screens. Switch to Mobile View and Editor. In the top bar of the editor, click the mobile phone icon to switch to mobile editing mode. If there are any noticeable issues, Hostinger will automatically put you there, and you can click Auto Fix Layout to quickly and easily make key adjustments. Importance. Hostinger allows you to edit the mobile version separately without compromising the desktop design. Changes like repositioning or resizing elements on mobile devices won't affect the desktop experience. Editing on mobile works very similarly, practically identically to editing on desktop, so I'm not going to walk you through this step by step. Instead, I'm going to give you a couple of tips to make your site the best it can be. Test interactive elements on mobile. In preview mode, try clicking elements such as the mobile menu and sliders to ensure they function properly. If a dropdown or other element doesn't scroll properly, make a mental note, switch back to the editor, and try to fix it. Mobile loading speed and cleanliness. Mobile users often have slower networks, so double check the resolution of any images. Pro tip, don't use videos on the mobile version of your site. If you added a background video somewhere, you can disable it on mobile or replace it with a static image. Once you're satisfied, click the desktop icon to return to normal view. Mobile optimization can feel like tedious detail work, but it's absolutely worth it. A user shouldn't have to pinch zoom or struggle to navigate on their phone. In the next chapter, we'll manage pages and navigation in more depth. We especially want to ensure that all our pages, such as about, services, etc., are set up and linked properly. So far, we've been mostly working on the homepage and on elements that affect all pages, e.g. styles and fonts, the header and the footer. Now, let's focus on managing the site's other pages, adding any extra pages we need, such as terms of service, organizing them in the navigation menu, renaming them as needed, or hiding them as necessary. Chapter 8. Managing pages and the navigation menu. Click Pages Navigation in the left sidebar. A panel will open, listing all your pages. We've seen this page before, so there shouldn't be any surprises. Adding a new page. It's time to add the Terms of Service, Privacy Policy, and Refund Policy pages. To do that, you'll want to click Add Page in the bottom left. Like sections, there will be some templates to choose from. Let's start with the Privacy Policy page by clicking on the category and selecting the only template available. With these pages in particular, they're already ready to go. All you need to do is put in your company name, website name, and email address. There we go. Since we don't want this page to appear in our header, we want to click the three dots next to it and select Hide from Navigation. You'll want to follow the same steps to create the other two pages we need. All right, with those pages added, let's put them in our footer. Let's head back to our home page by clicking Home under Pages and Navigation. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Rather than create these elements from scratch, I'll take the easy way out. I'll click on the copyright box and select Duplicate. I'll drag this where I want it and edit the text so it says Terms of Service and resize it accordingly. And click the paperclip icon to open Link Settings. Open the drop-down menu that says Select Page and scroll down until you find Terms and Conditions. Select it and click Save. There we go. Rinse and repeat for both the privacy and return policy. Easy enough. With that done, let's take a closer look at some of the settings under Pages and Navigations before moving on to the next chapter. Renaming pages. Renaming pages is easy. Click on the three dots adjacent to the page and click Rename. If the page is in the navigation menu, it will update. Note, renaming the page also updates the URL automatically to match the new title, unless you turn that off or manually set the URL. That's convenient, but be mindful that if you shared that old link somewhere, e.g. on social media, it will be dead. On a new site, this isn't an issue. Page URLs. We will address SEO in more detail later, but please note that the URLs of each page, except the home page, can be customized. Hostinger by default uses the page name in the URL. For example, I'll click on the three dots next to About and click Page URL. You'll see a box where you can change the URL. Social image is a more advanced setting that we won't cover today. Still, it's helpful to be aware of it. In short, it lets you select the image that will appear when someone hovers over a social media post about your website. E.g., if a customer shares a link to your website, then you'll want the social image to be the best photo you have of a great product. It's all about making a good first impression. Before publishing a website, double check that each menu item links to the correct page and that the page contains relevant content. Nothing is worse than going live and finding placeholder text on a subpage. In the next chapter, we'll see how to set up a proper blog. Chapter number 9, adding a blog. Before you ask if you need a blog, the answer is yes. Blogs are a great way to establish topical authority, find potential customers, and boost your site's reputation in the eyes of search engines like Google. So, let's get started, shall we? If you've been following along, then you'll already have a blog created. Let's open the page by clicking on Blog in the Pages and Navigation section. All right, now you'll want to click on Blog on the sidebar to bring up the Blog Management panel. This is where you manage all your posts. Click on the 3 dots next to any blog post, and you'll see that the Blog Settings menu is very similar to the Page Settings menu we were looking at earlier. Each blog post is essentially a separate page with its contents. The page we are now on is where people can view all the blogs you've ever posted. The first thing you'll want to do is give your blog a name. Pick something catchy and on topic. I'll go with Herbal Garden for my business. Now, I won't spend time on it, but you'll want to customize this page and make it your own. All right, let's get started by deleting all 4 blog templates. Click on the 3 dots, select Delete, and Confirm. Time to start fresh. Creating a new blog post. Let's create an actual post for our essential oils site. Click Add New Post in the blog panel. Or if you have navigated back to the blog homepage, clicking the button there also works. Using AI to generate blog posts. While I recommend writing blog articles by hand, using Hostinger's AI blog writer tool to get started is a great option. For the generative AI, you'll need to select the tone of voice you want the AI to use, the length of the contents, as well as a longer prompt to give the AI some guidance. I'll choose neutral, 300 to 500 words, and the following description. Top 5 essential oils for mental and physical relaxation. Focus on natural oils. Click Create Content when you have a description you're happy with. Give it a minute to write your post. There we go. It looks like the AI generated the title, banner image, and section titles and wrote out short, detailed paragraphs. You'll definitely want to proofread the paragraphs and more images and spruce up the posts. But for this tutorial, I'm going to assume it's all set. Let's configure the post settings before moving on. Saving publishing posts. Hostinger auto-saves drafts of your posts. In the top right, there's a spot that says Status Draft. If you click on that, it'll make the post public. Not now since our site isn't live, but in the future, that'll make a blog post publicly visible immediately. Scheduling and managing posts. Writing posts in advance is a great idea because you can schedule them to publish automatically at a later time. Refer to the blog management panel on the left. Click the 3 dots next to a post in the blog panel and choose Post Settings. We see our post title, description, and the ability to add a custom URL, as well as add authors and adjust the post date. I'll add a description that says, "These are my top recommended oils to relax your body and calm your soul." Let's schedule this post for the future. Toggle Schedule Post, select a future date and time, e.g. next Monday, and save. The post will then appear under Scheduled in the blog management panel and not be visible on the site until that time. The status in the top right has also changed to Scheduled. This is great for planning content long in advance and ensuring your updates are consistent, not random. You can view all posts in the blog panel by status, all, draft, scheduled, or published. To edit a post, simply click on the triple dots in the blog panel and select Edit Post. To delete a post, simply follow the same steps but choose Delete. Alternatively, if you want to take a post down and re-upload it later, you can unpublish it by toggling it to draft. This is the bare minimum. Before your site launches, you'll want to have a couple of blogs ready to go and more scheduled. That way, you'll be able to hit the ground running and start ranking well in search engines. In the next chapter, we will set up the store. We will add products, see how to configure payment options, and set up shipping. Chapter number 10, setting up your store. This is a big one. Time to get your online store up and running so you can actually sell through your site. The basic e-commerce module features product management, a cart, and checkout. Enabling the online store. In the left sidebar, click Manage Store, represented by the cart icon. There will be a little installation guide under the heading, Set up your store. Click on Add Products and let's get started. Hostinger allows up to 500 products, which is more than enough for a small business. First, select the product you want to sell. I'll select physical product, and rather than using AI, I'll do it manually so you can learn the process. Product images. Upload images of the product. Click to add images. You can add multiple. One will be the main image and the others will be displayed as a gallery. Pro tip, use high quality images, at least 800 pixels, but avoid excessively large images. The builder auto-optimizes images to 15 megabytes and accepts most formats. But generally, smaller images are better for loading speed, a major factor to consider for mobile. Product title, enter product name, e.g. lavender essential oil. Subtitle, this is optional. While you can't skip this part, it's a great spot to add a one-liner such as calming floral aroma. Ribbon, also optional. A small label like new or sale that can overlay the product image on the listing. If this is a new product, you could put new in all caps. Description, write a short description of the product that highlights key details and features. For example, I'll use this. 100% pure lavender essential oil. Steam distilled from lavandula angustifolia flowers. Perfect for relaxation, improving sleep, and stress relief. Glass bottle. Note, you can always use Hostinger's AI writer, but be careful. Descriptions need to be SEO optimized, rich in keywords, and concise, clear, and to the point. AI can be a great starting point, but you'll want to heavily edit whatever it writes. Price. Enter the price. The default currency is US dollars. I'll use 15. Note, Hostinger's builder requires a price of $1 or more. In other words, no free products. For example, if you want to run a giveaway, you would keep the product price and have the customer apply a 100% discount coupon. Discount price, optional. I'll set this to $12 to try to entice customers. SKU, stock keeping unit code. Don't worry about this for a small business. Weight. If you're selling a physical product, you can enter the weight for accurate shipping calculations. I'll use 5 ounces as an example. Unfortunately, the default unit of measurement is kilograms. For now, set this to 1. I'll show you how to change this soon. Track quantity. To track inventory, toggle track quantity and enter the quantity in stock, e.g. 100 units. Toggling low stock threshold will send you an email notification when you reach a designated number, e.g. 15. Additional info sections. I wouldn't worry about this section unless you have an important disclaimer to include, e.g. flammable materials. Product options. This is where you'll want to list each variant of the item. For my example, I'll add a 30 milliliter bottle. I'll click Add Option, type in Size, and make the selections 15 milliliter and 30 milliliter. Since there are now 2 variants, you'll need to click on Manage Your Variants and adjust the price, discount price, SKU, weight, quantity, and low stock threshold accordingly. This can get very time consuming, but good record keeping is essential for any business. I'll set the 30 ml bottle's price to $30, discount to $24, and opt to keep the rest of the settings the same. I'll click Save to update the information. Custom field. Important setting for customizable products like t-shirts or plaques. For my example, not so much, so I'll skip it. Category. You can assign the product to a category, e.g. essential oils. Related products. A great spot to try and make another sale by linking similar or compatible products. Check everything over, then at the very bottom, click Save. The product is now saved in our store. You should see it listed in the products lists. Adding more products. Repeat the process we just went through for each product in your store. It would probably be a good idea to open categories on the sidebar and add groups relevant to your topic, e.g. scent diffusers. Product pages and display. Hostinger automatically creates a product page for each item you add. Essentially, a template page that displays the product's images, description, price, and an Add to Cart button. You can customize the layout of product pages, but keeping it as is should be sufficient. To check it out, let's exit the store manager by clicking the X, click on shop in your nav bar, and open the product you added. You can click edit section or manage products to make changes, but I recommend keeping this page as it is. It's simple, gets the job done, and is well optimized. Reminder, always check each product on desktop and mobile. You don't want to lose out on a sale because Hostinger's default display ended up being messy. Setting up payments. Now, the critical part, making sure you get paid. Open the store manager, click on settings, and open payments. This is something you will have to handle later if you're 100% sure you want to use Hostinger by purchasing a subscription. For now, I'll leave you with a broad overview and a couple of key points to keep in mind. Before I proceed, I want to say that usually we'd simply purchase a plan and walk you through this process step by step. However, properly setting up payments with Hostinger requires inputting your business's information and verification by their support team, something I obviously can't do right now. Still, I'll make sure you know the basics going in. You can enable multiple methods. PayPal and Stripe are the most common. At checkout, the user can select the option they prefer. The builder page automatically sets up or links to the payment form. Ensure your currency is set correctly. Go to Store Settings and then Store Details. Under Regional Settings, you can change your currency and measurement system. I'll switch my measurement system over to Imperial US. Be sure to save any changes before leaving this page. To set up payments, you'll want to go to Company Information in the Store Manager and input all of your business's information. Setting up shipping. Store Manager, Settings, Shipping. Set up shipping zones, e.g. United States, Europe, etc. first, and then define shipping options within each zone. For example, click Create a Zone. I'll name it Domestic USA and select the US. Next, I'll add shipping methods for the zone. Click the three dots, select Edit, and then choose Add Conditionals. This will be tedious. You'll be prompted to give the shipping option a name, a rate, and set the condition type by price or weight. For this example, I'll do standard shipping, $4.99, weight 1 OZ, 15 OZ, and click Add. Repeat this step as necessary, spending the time to create a zone and fill in detailed shipping information for any region from which you have customers. Other store settings. I would like to highlight a few additional store settings before moving on. Keep the store manager up. Checkout settings. Features such as requiring a customer's phone number, allowing notes, enabling them to leave a message, and changing languages. Emails. Set up the automated emails that go out for order confirmation, etc. You may want to customize the email text or simply ensure the reply to address is your business email. All of that can be done in this menu. Taxes. This will get busy, but you'll need to add tax rules for each region and country in which you do business. This is going to take a lot of time, but it's the price of doing business. Spend the time to get this right and follow the on-screen instructions. Invoices. You can toggle automatic invoice emails and adjust invoice settings as needed. With your store set up, it's time to look at the basic search engine optimization features Hostinger offers. Chapter 11, SEO and website settings. You've built your site, now let's make sure people can find it. Search engine optimization, or SEO for short, involves optimizing your website so that search engines such as Google can understand and index it. Hostinger's Builder provides convenient fields for meta titles, descriptions, alt text, and other relevant information which we should fill in. Site title and meta description. Homepage. The homepage is often what shows up first on Google for your brand name, so ensure it has a descriptive title and meta description. Go to Pages and Navigation, click on the three dots, and open SEO Settings. For other pages, you'll be able to click the orange SEO marker. Towards the bottom of the window, you'll see fields for SEO title and meta description for that page. You don't want to keep the defaults. Write a clear, concise title, up to 60 characters, that includes your brand and what you do. For example, Green Earth Aromas, organic essential oils for wellness. This combines my brand name with a keyword-rich tagline. Write a meta description, around 150 characters recommended. that entices clicks. E.g., Green Earth Aromas offers 100% pure organic essential oils and aromatherapy products. Discover natural remedies for relaxation, sleep, and wellness. Satisfaction guaranteed. Your changes will save automatically. Note, these will not be visible on your site itself, but search engines read them. The goal is to convince Google that your website is authoritative, well-built, and offers high-quality products. Although I'm only going to tweak these settings for the homepage, you'll want to review each page and update the SEO title and meta description. You can always use the AI SEO assistant, but be sure to double check what it produces. Alt text for images. I briefly introduced alt text as a pro tip back in chapter 3. But while you're going through your pages, inspect all key images, especially product images and main banner images, to make sure the alt text is filled with a descriptive, keyword-rich phrase. Now, while SEO is an ongoing process, your new site should be SEO ready. All pages should be titled, described, and include relevant keyword, and all behind-the-scenes metadata should be completed. We are almost done. The final steps. In chapter 12, we'll connect our custom domain so the site is your own .com, not a temporary URL. Chapter 12, connecting to a custom domain and publishing. Click on Website Builder in the upper left corner and select Hostinger Dashboard. Since we haven't visited this screen yet, you'll need to provide Hostinger with your address. Okay, on this page, you will see Start with a domain name. I'll search for greeneartharoma.com. It's already taken, but that's okay. Select a different domain, but make sure to use one that's more professional, e.g. .net, as opposed to a less professional one, e.g. .me or .club. Since I'm creating this site for a tutorial, I'll go with .store since it's affordable, but you'll want to invest in the best domain possible. When you've got a domain picked out, click Buy Now. You'll have to buy it for at least a year, but the first year would be very cheap. Note, the domain fee does automatically renew, so you'll want to make sure to cancel it if you decide to leave Hostinger. Once that's done, the first thing you'll want to do is head over to your email and verify your domain. It'll be from Hostinger, and the subject line will read, "Verify your email address to use your domain." Click the button and you're all set. It's time to launch your website. Click on Websites and select Edit Website. All that's left to do is click Go Live. Give your website one last careful look before you do. If you haven't purchased a plan yet, this is where you'll need to do so. And that's it. Your brand new website is up and ready to start selling today. Congratulations. You now have a solid foundation in Hostinger. You know how to use Hostinger's AI website builder, create, edit, manage pages, sections, and elements, write content with Hostinger's AI writer, set up a shop and sell products, optimize for mobile and search engines, create a blog, purchase a domain, and launch your website. There's always more to learn. As a beginner, the best way to learn is to use it. Start building your business's website today and refer back to the chapters of this tutorial whenever you need a refresher. Share this video or specific tips with anyone else involved so everyone stays on the same page. And finally, if you found this tutorial helpful, the best way to support me and my channel is by signing up for Hostinger using the link in the description of this video. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.